So is 3.0 the one that has the sexual attractiveness category in Onyx?
Maybe. We don't serve Onyx 3.0. We don't know. So it's those places we have to send them a CSV.
So that's how we tell them that our books are sexually attractive.
But wait, Joe, there's more.
Hi, I'm Joe Beal, the founder and CEO of Microcosm Publishing. I'm also the author of A People's Guide to Publishing, which distills what I've learned from selling millions of books over the past 28 years.
I'm Ellie Blue, the Vice President of Microcosm. We started this podcast to share what we've learned with newer publishers, so you can learn from our mistakes. Or maybe you just want to learn about the publishing industry.
This week we are going to answer a reader question, which is, what is Onyx, and do small publishers need to use it? Dun dun dun. Yes.
I apologize in advance, small publishers,
and yes,
for what you're about to learn.
I'm sorry also. Oh wait, I guess you can't answer yes to what is Onyx, though you kind of can. Onyx
is sort of like a code. It's a secret code.
Whoa.
It's not like a programming
Now you
language.
just made it sound way more exciting.
The things I have to do to get myself motivated sometimes.
Onyx is an information delivery mechanism.
It is. It's like every book, it has ways to encode every piece of data that might be relevant about your book, from its format to its availability to its language to its length, trim size,
page count,
age range, grade level, market, publication date,
sexual attractiveness.
There isn't an Onyx code for that.
That's so weird, huh?
But well, there's an Onyx code for title, for subtitle. It's like HTML.
Okay.
It's sort of like HTML. Like, if you put all of the data you need to into HTML, you'll have a website. If you put all of your book data into Onyx, you'll have an Onyx feed. Way less exciting. But you'll have a block of coded text that you can send to any other entity in the publishing universe, and they will be able to ingest that into their system so that they have accurate data about your book, in theory.
Wow, that was really good, Ellie.
Thank you.
You must do this professionally.
To my great displeasure, yes.
Probably on a daily basis, and for that I apologize. Onyx is screaming from the rooftops what books you have, what their current... Are they dating someone else? Are they available? Are they in a complicated relationship? Who is it with? Ooh, hubba hubba.
Have they been canceled?
Right. Are they available? Are they too available? Are they overstocked for good reason?
Are they
understocked?
Indefinitely out of stock?
Ooh, yeah, my favorite is...
but not out of print.
The one. Yeah, there's a code that's like, we don't have any, we don't know when we're going to get more, but we're not giving up on this yet.
We're not ready to give the rights back to the author. That's all that tells me.
Yeah, that's really... It's like, we've pretty much given up, but we haven't decided on that.
So despite Joe's grandiose claims, when you send out an Onyx feed, it doesn't actually shout it from the rooftops to the general population. It only shouts it to specific receivers. For instance, Edelweiss or Ingram or Baker and Taylor or whatever other distributor you happen to be working with all probably deal in Onyx. Does anyone else deal in Onyx?
Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much everybody you would deal with deals in Onyx. Like, that's how they would...
The big uns.
Take information about a book. And if you're a small press, yes, you do need to use it. That's the bad news. The good news is that your distributor would be the one that would handle this. Like, when you fill out those infernal title data forms in their system, they would then send that to... all their partners. Yeah, they would export the Onyx.
And so Onyx is why those forms are so terrible, and why you're like going down a drop down where you're like, no, it's not a cassette, it's not a VHS type. Oh, here's a paperback book down at the bottom. That's because they're showing you like all the Onyx categories.
Not the default. For some unknown reason, you have to scroll through blister pack and action figure. And
Okay, so one other thing about Onyx that I just want to share is that it's only used in the publishing industry. So like if you're selling your books to like a non-book company, they don't know what to do with your Onyx.
Right. So they would use like what is a more standardized version of an Onyx, which is a comma-separated value, which basically means all the same data, but they can like resequence it a little more palatably.
And I'm also going to like share with you
Deep
a trade
dirt
secret,
today.
which is that most of the
Trade
time,
secrets.
so long as you're using the Onyx headers and the Onyx, like, terms, you don't necessarily have to have an Onyx configuration. You can have a CSV file.
Whoa.
And most of these same entities will accept that CSV file in lieu of an Onyx feed. Can I say something else about it? I have a lot to
Just
say.
deep,
It turns
dark
out I've
secrets.
actually been a little bit pent up about this.
I see.
Okay, so like many,
I'll just sit here.
like many things, Onyx has gone through multiple generations. And so for a long time, God, I can't even remember. I have like a mental block about this, but like
Bernie's literally yawning.
we had to build out Onyx. Is it 2.1, 2.7?
2.1.
2.1. So most entities that we send Onyx to will only take 2.1, even though there is a newer standard, which is it 3.0?
3.0.
Why
I'm
is
sure there's
1.1 and 1? Why? I don't know. Anyway, 2.1 is the standard for most places, but some places also have started accepting Onyx 3.0, which is just the same, but with some categories changed. And some places will only accept Onyx 3.0. Even among places that accept the same version of Onyx, they will have different standards for how they accept that Onyx. For instance, there's 2 different Onyx fields that tell you about a book's availability.
Wow, this is great. I think we've just talked 14 publishers into not becoming a publisher.
This is the price you might pay. And like honestly, like don't even worry about this unless you are getting into like distribution or you're getting into like serious DIY or you're just like a nerd about this stuff, in which case welcome. I
think that's a geek, but fair enough.
You'll enjoy it.
Thanks for joining us once again.
Please send your questions to podcast@microcosmpublishing.com so we can answer them on future episodes.
And please give us 5 stars on iTunes and everywhere else that podcasts are reviewed.
You can find us on the internet at microcosm.pub,
On Twitter at Microcosm,
on Facebook at Microcosm Publishing,
on Instagram at Microcosm_pub.
and here in Portland, Oregon on North Williams Avenue.
Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful week.
This is the level of, I would say, stupidity and stupidity is the wrong word. I actually recently learned that's an ableist term.
It is.
I apologize. This is the level
Comes
of...
back to eugenics. You should read our book about eugenics.
Oh my god. I have so much to learn. Anyway, you're watching me learn now, but I'm also schooling you about this terrible topic of Onyx, where you have... It's just like it just shows, I feel like, how mired in bureaucracy and disorganization our industry truly is. If you like open up the hood and you look inside, it's not all the parts are connecting and they're the way they need to.